Diagnostic repair sequence initiated.
Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and I've been interdicted here in Elite Dangerous. I'm using my Lakon T9, I've been ferrying some goods back and forward, and this particular pirate has managed to disable my thrusters and in fact disabled a whole bunch of other modules as well. The only way to get out of this, of course, is to reboot the modules, reboot your whole ship, and that brings the thrusters back online, allowing me to get back into Super Cruise. Now, I'm not sure what's up with this particular pirate because you can see he interdicted me successfully, disabled my shields, and did some significant damage to my hull. But then, for some inexplicable reason, he suddenly stopped shooting at me quite so hard, and I was able to simply just sit there and wait for the reboot cycle to complete. Why, he just tiggled me. But at any rate, I'm out of here with not too much problem. As long as I don't get interdicted again en route, I should be fine. And in fact, that was the last interdiction. And this was also the last leg of this journey. Netted me just a small profit on this final leg, but not too bad. I do quite like the Lakon T9. It is a wonderful transport ship, can hold quite a good amount of cargo, but of course is extremely sluggish. It's overkill for a mission like this, but this mission was the last of many that I was actually carrying with this ship. My advice for the moment on these mission boards is to choose a particular faction and then build up your reputation with them. And a good way of doing that is simply doing data run missions or doing simple cargo missions like this. And before long, you'll get yourself some quite high paying missions, like the ones out here I got in Sothis, where you'll get into multiple millions just for a single run. So Sothis is a system quite a way out of, not quite outside of inhabited space, but it's a long way from any other station, around about 300 light years or so, 200 light years from the nearest other inhabited system, excluding Ceos, of course, which is right next door. But you can get some large payout missions here. As you just saw, this one is payouts at 9 million credits, just over 9 million credits for carrying 96 units of cargo. That's not too bad. You can fit that quite easily in an asp whilst retaining over a 30 light year jump range, so you can get back in around about a quarter of an hour or so, or you may even be able to do that a bit quicker. So that's a nice substantial payout for that amount of time played. You can also do some high paying smuggling missions from out of Sothis, and you would have seen me doing that sometime last year on these videos. But this isn't a smuggling mission, this is simply transporting some bio-waste, which is just human waste. And that's because Sothis actually has an outbreak, so they want to get rid of all this rather toxic stuff. And for whatever reason, this station here is buying it. I guess they're going to sanitize it or get rid of it in some way. But I am curious as to whether the background sim will cause an outbreak to occur here if too much of this contaminated bio-waste is actually delivered to this system, thus spreading the disease or virus or whatever it is to here. Back with my commander, Cobra Commander, I'm down here in the Darano system looking to sign up to the community goal. There's an ongoing conflict down here between the Federation and the Empire. The Federation currently has control over this system, but the Empire is looking to make inroads in here and claim it for themselves. So there's some high intensity conflict zones around here. If you sign up for the community goal and hand in the combat bonds for your chosen side, you'll actually get a fairly decent payout. At least that's the theory. On my other accounts, I'm usually a Federation player. On this side, I decided to join up for the Empire. And you can see that players have combined together and got tier 5 unlocked. The higher the tier, the higher the payout you're going to get. So, yep, I'm only down here in a Sidewinder going into a high-intensity conflict zone. It might seem like a bit of a suicide run, but I wanted to see how it was going to go against the now changed AI, the AI that's been brought back down yet again.
Warning. Capital class signature detected.
And I wasn't actually expecting this. One of the first times I've ever seen it. So very nice to actually catch it on footage here. There's a number of conflict zones in this particular system. Depending on what one you'll go to, you'll either have a Federation ship arrive like this one, or you'll have an Imperial ship arrive. These really do add a whole lot to the conflict zone. They shake things up and keep the combat very interesting indeed. Now, get too close if you're on the opposing side or not chosen a faction yet, and the capital ship will actually attack you. But if you're on the same side as the capital ship, then you can fly by it and take out the enemies. Going after a cutter here, Gone after a cutter in a Sidewinder. For whatever reason, it only did one volley of shots at me, and since then left me alone, giving me 80,000 credits in bonds. Of course, when you're in a conflict zone, there's a whole load of other ships around you, a load of NPC ships, so any target like that cutter back there has a lot of other targets that it's got to deal with at any one time, so you can get left alone and you can get a lot of help and assistance when you're being attacked. But that said, my hope is that the recent reversion for the AI is simply a temporary measure while Frontier work out how to better balance things. I'm wondering whether the tension between the Empire and the Federation is going to keep on increasing. I'd like to see eventually a game where your choice between factions, either the Empire or the Federation or even the Alliance, has some significant effect on your overall gameplay. For now though, despite our Federation or our Empire rank, we're all very much mercenaries out here, getting involved in different conflicts as they arise and fall. Ultimately, the result of this community goal, this conflict, was that the Federation won outright, and the Empire had to retreat with their tail tucked between their legs. There's been some heated debate and some controversy as to whether the Empire actually deserves to pay any of their mercenaries for this. It's looking odds on that the Empire will eventually pay their mercenaries, just as they should. After all, whether they lost or not, the mercenaries for the Empire still get a lower payout, and the winners of the Federation take away a much higher prize pool. It's going to be interesting to see how these conflict and competitive community goals actually work in the future. But for now, the conflict down here in Darano was very exciting and great to be involved in, and I really do hope that we get to see a lot more of these in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time. Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I'm once again here with my commander, Cobra Commander, and this time I'm heading out to a resource extraction site. I want to get myself involved in a bit of combat and try and make as much money as I possibly can. Now this Sidewinder is pretty much fully upgraded. There's a few more upgrades I could probably do to